If I'm James Kellerman, by the way, he sent me a real sweet email a couple minutes ago. He's about to get, I can say sweet. I'm comfortable with my sexuality. It was a sweet email. He's about to get discharged from the hospital and go home and begin the healing process. God bless you, James Kellerman. God bless your wife, who, my goodness, is she strong. I've had a couple of phone conversations with her. And I want to go, lady, could you break down and start crying? Could your voice waver? Could you quiver just a little? You're strong as nails. She is nails. She's going to have him back out on the streets shortly with an eye patch, just serving the people of Conroe. It's funny how many emails I got from people who said, you will not meet a nicer, more solid family than the Kellermans. Just decent, honest, good people. Listen to that call and thinking through that pause. I thought to myself, if you're James Kellerman and when you first hear that call again, you got to be thinking to yourself, what if that bullet, or series of bullets, it's a shotgun after all. What if those bullets, what if he aimed a little better? What if instead of hitting me in the eye, he hit me in the throat? Shotgun blast, depends on proximity. Not that hard to at least hit your target, but enough pellets hitting you such that it could kill you. Imagine this. If you're James Kellerman, you got to be thinking, what if I died? What if instead of driving me home from the hospital right now, what if my wife were my widow? How would my family cope? How would they move on? Garth Brooks has a great song, If Tomorrow Never Comes. Would you know how much I love you? And when I hear that song, especially on Sunday afternoons, I'm sort of a dork. My idea of a good time is Sunday afternoon. Sit outside and listen to some Keith Whitley and Garth Brooks and Earl Thomas Conley, some Waylon and Willie and classic country music, Johnny Lee and Mickey Gilley. And this weekend that song comes on, If Tomorrow Never Comes, Would She Know How Much I Loved Her? And you just go, wow, man. How much good could I do in the world if I stopped putting it off? If I died right now, my life expectancy, because we don't know, my life expectancy is not 85, but it's 33, and I'm 33. How much of a difference would I have made? If I died at 27, would there be some hits people would listen to 30 years later? Wow, you're right. Maybe I need to start living right now. Maybe I need to stop putting things off. Maybe I need to stop waiting to fix my country. Maybe instead of going golfing every Saturday, I ought to take my kid golfing. Maybe instead of going on those big fishing trips, I ought to take my child to do that because they're gone tomorrow. If there's a lady that lives down the street from me and her daughter's probably 8 years old. Dad was killed a couple of years ago, so now mom's raising her by herself. And it just breaks my heart because I think to myself, how many things did that father not get to tell his daughter that if he knew he was going to die, he would have? If you read the book, The Last Lecture, or see the YouTube video, the book is powerful. He talks about knowing that he was going to die is a blessing because now he gets to reduce to writing and to video all the things he wanted to tell his children. And there's another book that I highly recommend if you or someone you know has a terminal illness. It's called Chasing Daylight. Chasing Daylight is that concept that golfers know as to when there's very little daylight left and you're trying to finish out those last couple of holes. And you're chasing daylight. And this man goes from being the CEO of one of the major divisions of Deloitte Touche. He's having massive headaches. He goes to the doctor and she says, we got to admit you right now. You're going to die any minute. And he says, no, you don't understand. I got to catch a flight this afternoon for Europe. I just came by for a quick checkup. She says, you're not catching any flight. You're going to die any minute. He goes immediately for a second opinion. Same thing. You've got a growth on your brain. You're not going to make it. We need to start attacking it right now. He goes to 2 weeks of treatment and he realizes this ain't getting any better. I want my last 6 weeks on this earth to be much higher quality. And he begins what he calls unwinding his life, where he creates circles in his life. And the outer circle is people that he doesn't know very well. So with 6 weeks left, he calls people that he went to school with and old friends, says, look, I'm going to die. It's the last time I'm going to talk to you. Don't bother me again, and I won't bother you. Let's perfect our goodbye, as the poem says. Let's say goodbye now. You know I love you. You know I know you love me. We had some good times. Saying goodbye now. No, you don't get to talk to me again. I want this to be the perfect goodbye. Every goodbye is going to be perfect. And he works inward so that his last 2 weeks are devoted solely to his family, so he can say everything he ever wanted to say to them. And he talks about what a blessing it was, or it is. He ends up dying. The book is called Chasing Daylight. He talks about what a blessing it is to have the opportunity to say the things to people before you die at a point where you get to say it on your terms. And it's a powerful thing because this officer could have been dead like that. He left for work that day. He had no idea he was going to come home. Shot up. It's just going to be another day. You may generally say, I could die today, but you don't mean it. You don't live your life like it. But for him, and for you, and for me, it's a good reminder. Do it now. Don't put it off if it's important. Don't fail to say it. Don't leave mad. Don't say things you regret because tomorrow you'll apologize. Imagine if that guy had done that. I've known people that their last conversation with their parent was telling their parent how much they hated them, and their parent has a heart attack and dies, and you have to live with that for the rest of your life. And I take that from your personal life to being a parent, to being a spouse, to being a friend, to being an employer or employee, to being a child to your parents, wherever they are in their lives, to your love of your country. Don't put it off. There's never going to be a perfect time to do the right thing. Now. Because you don't know. And wouldn't you like it said, if you're dead, that's somebody stood up for what they believed. That's somebody that when they said it, they meant it. That's somebody that fought the good fight. He only lived to be 43, but man, what a difference he made. Richard Nixon wrote a book called In the Arena. And he talked about the fact that you can't put off taking that vacation and doing in life what you want to do until you get older. People think, well, when I retire, then I'll take all these vacations. And he told the story about going to kiss the Blarney when he was in his 40s. And he got there, and there was a retired auto worker. And the man could not contort his body such that he could kiss the Blarney. He was of Irish descent. He'd always planned, he'd saved up. When he retired, he was going to do this. By the time he was retired, his body was so gnarled and twisted and ill that he couldn't properly kiss the Blarney, and he sat there and he wept. And Richard Nixon talked about the fact that to him was a message. You know what? Do it now. Don't put it off. There will never be that perfect moment to do what you keep putting off, what you keep making excuses for. And I don't care what it is. I don't care if it's running for office. I don't care if it's supporting candidates, teaching your child the important lessons of life. Do not put it off. Because this officer's case, and you know what? It's not just officers that get killed. Car wrecks, accidents, electrocutions, heart attacks, you name it. You don't know when your number's going to be called. Leave nothing on the field. Leave it all out on the field, should I say. Take nothing with you. You just don't know when it's your moment. Imagine how much good you could do in the world if you did it now, if you didn't make excuses.
Get more Barry. Follow Michael on Twitter @MichaelBarrySHO.